What it do, YouTubers? NESSINATOR1 back after a long layoff. I apologize for the absence on the channel. I know last weekend I was supposed to put up a bunch of Black Ops 2 videos and finish it all off for you guys. But I started figuring, you know what, the content's getting kind of stale. I wanted to take a break from just putting up videos on YouTube in general and just really relax before the release of Call of Duty Ghosts, which of course is here and has been and is one of the reasons for our absence. We got the game midnight release, and we've just been going at it hard. We've been playing every day. I would say 8 to 10 hours a day, mostly at night. And we're just going hard as a clan. As everybody's getting together. We're running full teams of 6. We're having a good time, and it's funner to play this game. It's the first probably time I've ever went into a game with a clan versus going in with maybe just a few people. But now that our clan is 14 members and someone's always on, and we always have a full team of 6. It's a little easier to kind of play and learn and adjust to the game. We still have our learning to do, and we still lose, and losing is learning, and all that good stuff. And sometimes we're still trying to figure out what classes work for us best, and what guns work for us best, what perks, because all these perks we got now, what combination to put works for us best. So it's been a learning process. It's been fun, having a decent time with it. I don't want to say a great time with it, because obviously when you first come and you start playing a new Call of Duty, there's a lot of pain involved, there's a lot of learning, and it just gets tough. So what you're looking at here anyway is just some of my custom loadouts and what I've been doing so far in the game since it's been released. You saw my rank, you saw my win-loss and all that. It's still pretty good. I've won 171 games, only lost 10. Our clan win percentage is still in the high 80s, 87, 88%. So we're winning together as a team. A lot of our numbers on this game is not as quite as stellar from Black Ops 2, and a lot of that again is because it's the beginning stages. We're still learning what works for us best, and we're learning those maps as well, those complicated big maps. I will tell you this, those maps are crazy. Some of them I don't even know what the hell's going on, why they even made them. I know supposedly for the next gen consoles it's going to be 9v9 standard format. If that is the case, then I can see why the maps are so big. Because right now, every one of those maps is perfect for ground war. The only one that's very enjoyable, I should say, there's probably 3 I find enjoyable in there. One of them is Warhawk. I like that level, if that's the correct name. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. The other one, of course, is Strike Zone. Their version of Nuketown, very small, very condensed, and it just feels like a Call of Duty map, those 2 maps. And Freight is not so bad. You got to get that barn side, if you guys know what I'm talking about. There's that strong side where the logs are. That back spawn, that's probably where you want to be versus the other side. But anyway, enough about that. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. Again, with these guns and stuff and these classes I have set up, I'm just kind of going through it, seeing what you can see. I haven't really purchased everything. Pistols, I don't really mess with. The launchers, the only launchers I've gotten were from ammo crates. And if you guys are unfamiliar with those, that is support class for when you drop an ammo crate and your teammates can pick up ammo and new weapons. I've gotten that thumper and that thumper right there twice or 3 times from the ammo crates. Not very impressive, but I will say one thing about this in this game. Explosives do very, very high damage to people. A lot of people are not running, and that's another thing right now. A lot of people don't have all their perks, have all their setups. So you're playing a lot of people that don't have access to everything. So explosives right now are really, really strong as far as getting kills, because nobody has the right class setups to counter that. Blast shield. Of course, if they start buying that stuff early, then that's it's their option when you start going in there. I'm not sure if all of you are familiar with how Call of Duty Ghosts are. I'm assuming you are. So when you go through the game, you notice in the beginning a lot of these tacticals and lethals are very, very effective. But once you start overusing them and other people start overusing them and they start feeling OP, that's when people start adjusting and putting on the right perks to counter that, or at least have a class set up to counter those perks. Much like the Wormers, when they first started doing all that, and everybody was kind of like, what the hell is this? But once you kind of get privy to it and you know what's going on, then you can kind of set up the right class for it. Lethals and tacticals, though, I usually don't use. I usually, as you can see, I don't really put those on. I usually just stick with adding another perk, 2-point perk or 2 1-point perks. The perk system here is quite large, and it is kind of cool, I will say, because it's really like there's no super soldier. There's no perfect class setup where someone can just put on these OP perks and just take over the game. The only one that I will say is necessary in every class setup is Stalker Pro, which is the one that's highlighted right there. If you have not used Stalker Pro or have not unlocked Stalker Pro, I would highly suggest that as the very first perk or very first thing that you unlock to make this game a little bit more manageable. Aiming down sights without Stalker Pro is damn near impossible to do effectively in this game. So if I were you, I would look to try to get that first. Perks, they do unlock as you rank up, prestige up. But if I were you, I'd probably buy some of the more needed ones, which in this case would be the Stalker Pro, the Focus, which is like toughness under resistance. And then also, too, you gotta watch, what I don't like is, I use Dead Silence a lot. I didn't use it that much in Black Ops 2, but the sound whoring in this game is awful, ladies and gentlemen. It is awful. It is back. It is just the worst. And even if they used Amplified, your Dead Silence is rendered ineffective. So, in a sense, I have Turtle Beaches, I can hear things, but I hate the fact that this game is kind of making it where if you don't have a nice $200, $300 headset, you're not going to have as good a time, and even if you put Dead Silence on, the kid that does have $200, $300 headsets is going to probably kill you every time because your footsteps in this game sound like, you're a walking tank. So unfortunately, that is just part of this game. There's other issues with this game I wish they would fix, or at least, patch that amplified perk because it's just too OP. I mean, seriously, if you have a great set of Astros or whatever other expensive headsets, Titans, and you put that on there, you can hear people all the time. And even if they put Dead Silence, you can't creep up on anybody. So I just don't like that. Anyway, in the Marathon, I wouldn't really use that too much on this game. This game, I heard a lot of things about Black Ops 2 being an anti-rusher game. You had health, you could get around things. It was still easy to kind of push through after a little while. But this, I think, is a true anti-rushing game in the sense that you die so fast, your radar is so weak, and it's very easy to kill people, and it's very easy to corner camp. And for those of you that have played this game, I'm pretty sure that you're aware that a lot of camping occurs on this game. A lot of corner camping occurs on this game. A lot of people just aiming down long lines of sight. And it kind of sucks. I wish there was a little bit more power there, so we can get into more gun battles. People can get turned on. Now I find myself, and my team finds itself, pretty much trying to hold down a certain building or hold down a certain map area. It's almost like camping, and this game has kind of turned us into a camping clan. Not fully, because we still have our rushers that can get through, like Chaos and Valid. But, you can't just run out there recklessly anymore. There's no power. There's no, I got hit from that side, I can lay down real quick. You get hit, you're dead. You're done. And it almost reminds me of turning this game completely hardcore. I never had a problem with hardcore, but this one definitely seems like it feels like hardcore. The maps the radars are for shit. For those of you that don't know, SATCOMs, if you put one down by itself, it does absolutely nothing for you. Absolutely nothing. You have to drop your SATCOMs in unison. If you're running by yourself, I would say don't even run SATCOM. I mean, if you're trying to play with a bunch of randoms that, they're all putting them up at different times, it's not helping you. The only way that SATCOMs help you is what we do now. We found out as a clan. We'll say, I got a SATCOM, and then the next player, I got a SATCOM, and then once we get 3 to 4 SATCOMs, we all put them down at the same time, and it really does give you a really strong UAV and a somewhat kind of orbital VSAT. So for those of you that didn't know that, if you're playing with a team, you guys get SATCOMs, hold on to them, wait till you build up about 3 or 4 of them, and then put them all down at the same time, and you'll get a pretty decent UAV. It's actually pretty strong, and you can see things. I don't really like the color the radar. I wish that the enemies were still red, not orange. I don't really get why they're orange now, but hey, I got to deal with it, got to grow with it. And so that's what you know now about SATCOMs. Anyway, so more about this. These guns, the attachments are pretty decent. I usually stick to the barrel ones. I haven't really used too many of the modded ones. I use the armor piercing there. The sights, I just think there's way too many sights for these guns. I mean, it's just overkill. And their target finder, of course they have a target finder, but they really nerfed it by just making it god-awful where you can't see, which is fine with me. I've always been a red dot sight fan myself, so I use the red dot sight. That's the only one I use, the only one you need, besides your iron sights. I like iron sights too, but some guns, the iron sights are just so big and bulky. I need to go ahead and put a red dot so I can get a little more field of vision there. And also too, like I said before in another video, I think that kind of helps with your range and everything. Overall, the game puts it in that you have it, and you automatically have a better accuracy than the other player. Anyway, so some of the stuff that I do, I don't run lethal and tacticals. Like I said, I'll overrun perks. This right here is the best submachine gun in the game. I love this gun for being a submachine gun guy in Black Ops 2. The Vector holds true in this game. If you are a submachine gun player, it is the best one in the game by far, in my opinion. I use a foregrip and the red dot with it. Don't use any secondaries or lethal or tacticals. I just perk it up. You can see my perks there, what I use. Stalker Pro, like I said, is always a must. And I run an assault score streak with the SATCOM and the dog. The dogs are alright. The dog, Riley, is okay. Sometimes, he doesn't really do... I can outrun him sometimes when I use this class. And sometimes he doesn't even kill the guy that killed me. I'm like, what the hell? So anyway, he's alright though. He's okay. I do still use him. Sentry guns, they kind of work for shit. I put them up and I hear a lot of do, but I don't hear a lot of dying. So they're not the most accurate. And I think they kind of nerfed them a little bit in this game. And then this one right here, the Honey Badger, is your go-to gun as well. The Honey Badger, I would say, is one of the best guns in this game. I know a lot of people like the MSBS, that assault rifle, because the optic guys are saying, oh, it's great, 3-round burst. The gun to me is too heavy, too bulky. I picked it up a few times. I haven't bought it yet. I don't prefer it. I would rather use a Honey Badger or the Remington. Marksman rifles, yeah, this gun right here is actually very nice, very good to use. I haven't used all of these marksman rifles. I know my brother used the IA there. He said it's pretty good. But the MK14 is by far, I think, the best one from everybody I've heard that uses these rifles. And use them for like Stonehaven or Siege or some kind of really big map. I mean, they're just awesome. I put a silencer and a red dot on my MK14, and it really does drop people really fast. You have to be really accurate, though. If you miss your shots, you can find yourself in trouble. Because it just really doesn't have a fast rate of fire at all. So, that is a gun that I like to use on big maps. And I would probably use it also, like, if you're going to do some camping and hiding on a rooftop or something. Ideal. On this one class, I run lethal and tacticals for the hell of it. I use that IED. It's alright. It gets me a kill here and there. It's not a bouncing Betty. It's not a Claymore. I don't think its range is as wide. But it still does its job from time to time. And then here, I run a support package. There's the ammo crate. I think the ammo crate is very good to run. The ammo crate, you can put that down. Your teammates, you can get a secondary weapon besides getting ammo, and it allows people not to have to use scavenger as well. So I mean, it's very good to run that as a support. It's not a bad streak there at all. And the other thing is that guy that running around with riot shield, which is funny to me because it reminds me of Wormer. But you basically call on this guy, and he runs around with a riot shield, and it's like a bullet sponge, and takes the attention off your teammates, and you guys can shoot the guys shooting him. Anyway, so you got to look at that, my stuff there. This is all the other stuff that you have. I haven't really gone through here too much. Looked at the patches a little bit. No big thing to me. They're fun. They're good. You get them as you go. But right now, I'm just all about ranking up my soldier, trying to unlock everything, trying to get all my weapons and try them all out. As you guys saw with the first class, I just bought the AK, so I'm going to try that one out for a little bit, see how that works. I just need to find a couple guns. The Vector I know is mine. I like that. I'm always going to have a class with that. That's the best submachine gun, good running gun for strike zone and stuff like that. But I'm still looking for the perfect assault rifle to kind of complement me and my playstyle. I'm going to use every one. The Marksman, I told you the MK14 works, and sniper rifles I don't use. It's just not my style of play. But from what I've gathered, they're pretty effective in this game too. All of the stuff about quickscoping being gone is not true. And here's some clan stats. Here's our AOVI clan page on there. You can see our overall KDs and stuff like that. In this game, I'm only a 1.68 and TDM 1.60 overall. It takes me a little while to learn the game. That's just the way I've always been, even in Black Ops 2. I finished at a 2.45, but I started off like at 1.2 or something. And I slowly build my way up. And, it just takes a little bit of memorization of maps, and then, like I said, the class and the loadouts. Once I get all that, I'll be fine. But for right now, it's a struggle. This game, it can be frustrating. The spawns in this game are god-awful. I mean, I don't know how many times. I've never been shot in the back more times than when I played this game. I get shot in the back, I spawn, I take 2 steps forward, I get shot from the side. I hope they patch their spawns. I know they hear a lot of these YouTube channels and they look a lot on these sites and comments. Please fix the spawns. The spawns are awful. The maps are too big. I wish they were a little bit smaller, and I wish they gave us a little bit more health so we can get to a little bit more interesting gun battles. The game really feels like hardcore. You know, the radar is for shit, and the health is nothing. You die so fast. So just, you know, play safe. Play. You're gonna have to take it back a notch. You know, don't be as aggressive, I guess, in this game. I'm trying to say. You can be once you get more familiarized with the smaller maps, but the bigger maps, I mean, some of them like Siege are just so big. You can never really truly play that map in an aggressive fashion and probably be successful because there's just too many camping spots, too many perches. So, you know, that's just my opinion. This game is going to take a lot of getting used to for me. I'm changing up my playstyle, but like I said, good players adapt. You got to change your playstyle to kind of accommodate the game. And then, you know, I just, you know, taking it one day at a time, I guess. My frustrations are there, but I don't want to sit here and just let them all out. Maybe one day I'll let a video out where I'm just blowing up on this game. But for right now, you got a quick look at it. I just kind of broke it down for you. I am going to start capture carding the gameplays here today. So hopefully by this weekend, I will start throwing up gameplay videos from the AOVI clan, specifically myself, Chaos, and Candy Girl. You know, I hope you guys are enjoying the game. I'm back on the channel. We will be back putting up videos. I'll even throw a couple of Black Ops 2 reminiscent videos because I didn't throw them up there, like the End of the Worm series and a few of the other videos of the players there that we didn't do. But we will start seeing some Ghost gameplay coming up from us this weekend. So thank you guys for tuning in. I am back. Leave comments, likes, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you guys. And you know what I say. I am out.